Hi there, I'm Jackie Hilgert, Editor-in-Chief of BankBeat Magazine at BankBeat.biz. Today, I welcome Tom Bengtson onto the screen. Tom is Managing Director of the Bank Holding Company Association, which is holding its spring seminar on May 5th and 6th. It's the first spring seminar live in person in 3 years. So Tom is here to talk about a little bit about the spring seminar. It's going to be held in the Twin Cities. The theme is expectations for success. Tom, tell me what that means.
We chose that theme because we know that it's a very challenging time for community banks. There are so many pressures coming from a variety of directions. The markets are changing. Customers have new expectations, especially coming out of the pandemic. And so sometimes one can be a little bit drained by all these demands. And what we wanted to say was, you can still expect success from the community banking industry. Sure, there are challenges, but with the right people around you, the right information, the right education, you can thrive during this period, and it's perfectly legitimate to expect success. So that's what our seminar is all about.
Okay, and you're focusing on two topics this time around family-owned banks and technology. Talk about those two topics.
We have a lot of members in the Bank Holding Company Association, and there are a lot of banks in the upper Midwest that are owned by families, family groups, maybe 1, 2, 3 generations of families. So we really wanted to focus on this group of bank owners, particularly from the perspective of families that want to remain independent owners of their institutions for decades or generations to come. And so there are some particular issues that are unique to that kind of ownership arrangement. And we know that technology will probably be part of the solution for many of these organizations. And technology is kind of an intimidating topic. Most people don't get into banking because they're technology experts. They're good at credit, or they want to work with customers or business owners. But technology can seem a little bit intimidating. So we thought it was appropriate to focus specifically on technology, try to provide some information there that will help people make decisions a little easier about the various tech challenges they face.
Okay, great. And you've got a family-owned bank panel planned, is that right?
Very excited about that. Yes, we do. And we've got representatives from banks in Minnesota, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. We've tried to vary the size of these organizations. One of them is 640 million in assets. The other is 735. The Wisconsin bank is a $70 million bank, so pretty modest size. And a couple of these are situations where the current management of the bank had parents who owned and ran the bank a generation before them. And then in another situation, we've got a situation where the parents are planning to pass on the management of the bank to the next generation. So each one of these, while they have the common theme of being family owned and moving from generation to generation, they have their own stories. They have their own way of approaching the challenges which face them. There's always issues, families are great, right? But sometimes there can be differences of opinion or different ideas about how to do things. Some family members maybe want to be involved while others do not. And so by these folks actually being willing to share their stories and how they handle these different things, we think our audience is really going to benefit. We found this over the years that often these banker panels that we do as part of our seminars end up being the most interesting, the most educational portion of our programming.
Yeah, and bankers learning from other bankers, their peers. That's really powerful. Yeah, that family-owned bank panel is on Tuesday the 5th, correct?
Right, that's Tuesday afternoon. We've set up the agenda so that the first day of the seminar, which is Thursday, did I say Tuesday? I meant Thursday, May 5th. Thursday, May 5th is the is the family-owned banking issues. And then Friday, May 6th, will be focused on technology issues. And I do want to point out that historically the seminar has been on Monday, Tuesday, but this year we are moving to a Thursday, Friday format. So that is new. If you see information that talks about May 5, 6, Thursday, Friday, that's not a typo. We are trying that end of the week format, and we're quite excited that this will be successful this year.
Sure, it's always nice to mix it up a little bit. Talk a bit about the technology showcase, which is scheduled Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll happen Friday morning, and we've got a great session planned with something called Bank Tech Ventures. And this is a group of investors who are focusing on companies designed to help the community banker. So these are essentially fintechs, but as you know, there are hundreds of fintechs out there, and it's very difficult for community bankers to discern which ones of them are solid and which ones of them maybe aren't as solid. And how do you vet these organizations? How do you decide whether it's worth it to partner with these organizations, let alone possibly even invest in them? And so an organization like Bank Ventures surveys the landscape, vets all these different enterprises, and then selects a few to actually invest in. And then they put them in front of community bankers so that the community banker can learn what they do, learn how technology can help them address a particular challenge in the banking industry. We'll be looking at 3 companies: Fintel Connect, Modus Box, and Innovation Refunds. And each one of these is 3 very different companies addressing 3 very different challenges that a community bank might face. So we're going to hear a little bit from Bank Tech Ventures initially, and then each one of these fintech startups will have about 15 minutes to tell us what they do, what problem they're solving, and why they might be a solution for a community bank.
That sounds great, Tom. So beyond those 2 themes, what else is in store for the seminar this year? Who else is presenting?
We've got a lot, we're covering a lot of material in 2 days. We'll have an expert on cryptocurrency, cyber currency, should the community banker be active in this space. We'll have somebody talking about asset liability management. And then I'm very excited about Sean Pant, who's going to be joining us. He'll be talking about high performance banking. He's done an awful lot of research, and his firm has done a lot of research to specifically identify what works and what doesn't work in terms of taking your existing customers and making the most of them. I'm also very excited about our 2 luncheon speakers. We have a lunch on both Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, we will have Catherine Pearson, who is a assistant professor of political science at the University of Minnesota. She will survey the landscape for us and give us a little preview into the midterm elections, which very likely could have some impact on the business environment, the banking and regulatory environment. And then on Friday, we will have an economist, Elliot Eisenberg, who will survey the economic landscape and talk to us about where we're at, where we might be headed. Obviously, things have changed a lot in the last few months with the interest rate environment. And of course, we've got supply chain issues and stability around the world. So a lot of issues to look at from an economic perspective. And Dr. Eisenberg has a way of making it entertaining, which we always appreciate. You probably find a little bit of humor in there. And I think everybody will find both of our speakers to be both very informative as well as entertaining.
Wow, I can't wait. So as long as I've been covering the BHCA seminars, which is more years than I care to admit to, it's been held in Bloomington. But this year you've gone out to Eagan, to the Omni Viking Lakes Hotel at the Vikings Training Center. Tell us about that.
We are so excited about this new venue. I don't know if you or anybody watching this has had a chance to get out there. The hotel is only a little over a year old, but it's just fantastic. A really stellar venue, and the meeting space is just right for a group of our size. We're expecting a seminar of a couple of hundred people, and all of the meeting rooms, the ballroom and the breakout sessions and the meal function areas are all on the first level, so it's very easy to navigate. And yes, it's in this very interesting setting. The Minnesota Vikings football training facility is right there. There is the Minnesota Viking Museum is right there. And if people are interested in Vikings history, they certainly can maybe go look at that. Friday afternoon would be a good time to go over there. The museum will be open and people can look at that. But we're just really excited about having a new venue. We often do have the seminar in a really wonderful hotel. I just think this year, given how new this hotel is, and when you see it, you'll find out it truly is a unique venue, and I think people really are going to like it.
Great. I can't wait. So we're almost out of time, Tom. Quickly, anything else that people need to know about the BHCA Spring Seminar on May 5th and 6th?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. I mean, the thing, we always try to put together a great seminar. We put it in an interesting place. But of course, the top attraction of our seminars is simply the networking, the other bankers who are there. If you are a senior manager in a bank holding company, you're involved in the ownership of a bank, or you are the owner of a bank, you don't get that many opportunities to gather with other people in a similar situation as you are. So this is that opportunity. And we've got lots of networking time built into the agenda. We've got 2 lunches, several breaks. We've got a fabulous reception on Thursday evening and dinner on Thursday evening. So lots of time to just talk to people, share stories, ask questions, exchange business cards, form new relationships, as well as renew existing relationships. So I just really want to stress how important we think that networking is, and invite anyone to come and make the most of that. And of course, this is for BHCA members, but if you're not a member, you can come as well. Please go to our website, check it out. Non-members are welcome to attend, and I hope that you'll give it serious consideration whether you are a member or not.
Awesome. Well, Tom, thanks so much for giving us a preview of the BHCA Spring Seminar. Obviously, anybody watching can learn more online at www.thebhca.org. The whole lineup is there. Registration can be done online very quickly. So again, Tom, thanks for spending time with us this morning. Jackie Hilgert, BankBeat Magazine, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.